Welcome friends to my new YouTube channel Practical Astrology for You. I am your host Tapan. Today I will be trying to explain you all that why I chose this name Practical Astrology for You. As such, there are numerous YouTube channels on astrology, and what I prefer to call myself was Practical Astrology for You because I wanted to highlight the practical aspects of astrology. Everyone who is doing astrology, they make things a bit more complicated, and for a layman to understand those things becomes quite tough. So I will be trying to guide everyone out with simple things, simple remedies, and how to understand a given horoscope. So when I've jumped to the word horoscope, let me try to explain a bit of thing. What a horoscope means. Horoscope is the birth chart, and there are actually 16 type of Vargas charts. So D1 being the first chart, which we call the ascendant horoscope or the Lagna horoscope. Then the second horoscope which we mostly use is moon chart. Then the most significant horoscope which we use is D9 chart, which we call it as Navamangsha chart. It denotes a spouse. Then another significant chart which we use is D10 chart, which tells us about our career, our profession. Then there is D7, D3, D4, D12. D12 tells us about our parents. D3 tells us about our short travels and things like that. So every chart has its own significances, and from time to time I will be trying to elaborate those topics. So generally why I picked this topic about horoscope is that whenever my friends or any client comes to me, visits me, they get confused that what is the difference between what, because when we see the ascendant chart, we calculate what he at the time of his birth, what the situation, where the planets were situated, what the planets are telling. So we do the general predictions from that ascendant chart, and when we predict from the transit, we generally use the moon chart. So where to use which chart and how to use those things, people get confused. I say someone that he's an Aries ascendant, like I am an Aries ascendant, but my moon sign is Libra. So people get confused. Someone said, a friend of mine said that you told me that I am this sign, but now you are saying my ascendant is this. So they don't, and they get confused about ascendant and moon sign. So, and generally the Western countries, they use sun sign, so they also get confused with what is sun sign. Actually, sun sign is the house which is in which sun is situated. Sun remains in a single house for 30 days. So the change of house, which in India we celebrate as Makaras, means like Makar Sankranti. So the Sankrantis are like Makar Sankranti means when the sun is in the Capricorn sign. So basically we understand sun signs also, but we don't use it in that significant manner. So one has to understand why these, because why sun sign is important. It's not irrelevant that Western astrology is very irrelevant, they are talking irrelevant thing. It's not like that. And why their predictions also come true, because they are following sun. The sun is Atmakarak. So Atmakarak planet signifies a lot. It signifies the life. Until unless there is no sun, there won't be any life on earth. So It's very important. So we can't say that sun signs are not important or they are less important, less relevant. It's not like that. So we need to differentiate between all these charts. Until unless you all don't understand things, you all won't be able to understand astrology. Generally, what people think that astrology is a vague thing, but I try to explain people that it's a scientific calculations, and it's something like when we calculate something like an accounts statement. It's something similar to that. We have something written at the time of our birth, where the planets were situated. So they give a glimpse of what your next thing will be happening in your life, when and how, when you will be traveling. So every house signifies different thing. Every planet sitting in a something different house signifies different things. So somehow we need to understand these things. And until unless we don't understand, we won't be understanding the significances of remedies. And generally speaking, everyone has his own style of working and his own plus sides or negative sides where he is unable to perform. Where I excel, I won't say I excel, where I find very peace for working is I generally take the negative side to resolve an issue. The toughest planet which I feel is Ketu, because it's the toughest planet to crack. Then comes Saturn, then Rahu. Why Rahu third? Because this is Kali Yuga and Rahu is considered the king of Kali Yuga. So it's essential in every person's life. So we can't deny its presence and we can't say that it's a negative planet in this realm of time. So it's somehow helping everyone out, or it's important for everyone. The media which we are using, I prefer to call it Rahu itself. So if your Rahu is not good, you won't be shining in YouTube also. Something like that. I'm not challenging something, but it signifies a bit of it. So that's how I prefer to call. Means, suppose I will be quoting an example mostly where someone is childless. There's no child taking birth. So it's related with fifth house. Generally, it is seen that if Saturn, a planet like Saturn, malefic planet like Saturn, Ketu or Rahu is sitting there, is delaying the childbirth, and in many times it may take that person may be having miscarriages. So it could be because of Rahu or Ketu. Generally, Saturn doesn't give miscarriages. So there I have taken those type of cases, and I have given complete result to those people. I had given them Hasonite to wear, and it has worked. So it depends upon where I find happiness in working. So it all depends. And generally, when I suggest gemstones to people, I generally don't suggest a weak gemstone like Mercury, because what I believe that a planet like Mercury, who is half the time it's combust, just because its proximity to Sun. So when it is itself is combust and it's not able to perform, so a gem of Mercury won't be helping anyone. So I tend to skip those type of gemstones. But on the other hand, where I consider Ketu as a black hole, so I would be trying to suggest any person to wear a chrysobel cat's eye, because it will try to break that barrier, that black hole, if it suits that person's ascendant. So there the astrologer comes in play. He has to decide that is it safe to give that person a chrysobel cat's eye to wear. So this is how I try to do astrology. Hope you all will be liking me and following me. Thank you.